Hi, good morning. Welcome. Hope you're all doing well. I am doing great. Things are coming along in the yard and in the back. Just coming along nicely. So much more I want to do, but I'm enjoying the process of being able to participate in the plan instead of just trying to get to the finished product. Why? Because I'm not employed in those areas. They're mine. So I get to enjoy the creativeness of it. When we have childhood trauma and we had controlling parents, there was a goal to meet, theirs. There were questions to be answered, and the answers were theirs. If we had our own, it was, who do you think you are? Or did you think about that? Some people who have had childhood trauma have really been emotionally, mentally turned a few notches in a very deflected way of thinking. The thoughts have to kind of bounce off a few places before they streamline. Where when someone is raised in a loving, supportive, conscientious home, it doesn't have to be perfect, but good enough to where a kid gets invited into humanity and gets guided into self-value. Frankie, loving on that dinosaur. He's had that for a while now, but he's working on it. But I take it away from him, or he leaves it behind when we go to work. So I put it up so it doesn't get tore up between him and Hudson. So anyway, got a full day today, and I was just thinking about how often I see in my work, and I've experienced it myself, the constant narrating that people from hurtful childhoods do. There's not much of a quiet time. It's constantly, did I do that right? Did I turn off the stove? Am I going too fast? Am I going fast enough? Well, if I don't line this up just right, I'm going to be a failure. I have no worth without my job, without my marriage, if my kids don't treat me well, if I'm alone. Does that make sense? Any of you relate to that? So it's always this second guessing or narrating. I call it narrating because not only is it questioning ourselves, but it's also simply busy brain. Because if you're, one of the things the brain will do, what's so interesting, is to keep from thinking about something like whether your parents love you or not, whether your husband is going to hit you again today, or whatever your serious fear is. Your brain will protect itself by thinking about every little other thing, being really obsessed about that. And call that busy brain. And there's books on it. There's monkey brain, busy brain, the addict brain. There's all kinds of information on it. Eckhart Tolle has The Power of Now. if you get some time, you should read that book. It's a lot of good stuff in there. Especially, I can't remember. I listened to it on CD over and over and over again decades ago. And I put on a lot of makeup today because I'm using this thicker makeup, and I can't get that darn hair off my... There we go. Okay, back to busy brain. Oh, thicker makeup just because I think it's fun. Yeah, accidentally wiped too much off that. Anyway, so busy brain. The brain will help protect our shameful thinking, the hurt, by questioning everything, thinking, it sounds out loud on the inside, but it's not out loud through your mouth. That's why I call it thinking out loud in my head. I know that doesn't make sense, but that's kind of what it is. We have a way of thinking that is, in my opinion, called thinking. Like as I'm moving this around, I'm barely putting any energy into it. I'm not going, oh, damn wrinkles, or why can't I get this right? Or, I can't believe I'm doing this on video. I wonder what those people are thinking of me. Those people out there, right? You're such a good boy. So what I'm doing is I'm barely, quietly and gently thinking, almost without hearing a word in my head, is I'm picking up the Q-tip to do this. But I'm not thinking in my out loud thinking voice, pick up the Q-tip, and there's a difference. It's very interesting. Interesting. What a hick. I'm a hick. Interesting. So think about that. So I like to use a little ditty to think about on a consistent basis throughout the day to catch myself. Back in the old days, I don't have to do it so much anymore. But this is what I like to teach people, is think about what you're thinking about. And you can even set an alarm on your phone with the intention. Just like if you were reparenting a child who was raised in such a hurtful way that they were afraid to be left alone, so they keep themselves company in their head. And yap, and in their head. And you can tell they're stressed out because of the way they're looking. You know they're thinking, right? So this is your opportunity to help that brain, that child brain, find its way to feeling safe and secure. So check in with your head. Your brain, check in, and simply say, what am I thinking about? Is it something positive, negative? Is it the same old record over and over and over again? And if it is, will you allow yourself to let go of that thought temporarily? And if so, drop it. Just drop it. Let it go. Think about something else. Or experiment with something really cool. Don't think out loud. So if I'm thinking, oh, dang, I just caught myself thinking something negative again. I'm thinking out loud. I'm scolding myself for scolding myself. Does that make sense? So just stop. Easier said than done. I get it. I get it. Don't think I don't know. I practiced for years before I got really good at it. Ever notice one side is always easier than the other? I almost, when I'm doing this eyebrow, I almost feel like I'm left-handed. It's weird. I don't know. I don't know. So the thoughts that we have, Frankie, come, jump. Come, jump. Go around, jump. Jump, jump, jump. Good boy. Look what I found. I see stuffing on the floor too. You're doing such a good job. Yeah. So I hope what I'm saying is making sense. Have you ever noticed that there are some people, and I'm one of them, when they are anxious, sometimes they won't eat and they're thin. There are some people who are anxious and they eat and they might be overweight. But either way, people like me, I can swing both ways. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Oh, you're such a good boy. I can overeat, which I used to. I could drink a whole bottle of Disaronno, which sounds so classless, and a large Domino's pizza in one evening. I was plump, as my grandmother at the time used to say. Ow, quit, Frankie. I'm going to let you out. I bet you want to go chase squirrels. You want to go chase squirrels? Come on. No? Come on. You want to go? You going to let Mama talk? Here. You want a treat? All right. Whoops. Did I knock you off? I'm sorry, honey. Ow. Okay. So, like I was saying, people with my anxiety type can do either one, but people who are really thin from anxiety, well, half of it is you're burning calories just thinking. Ever think of that? You're burning calories just thinking. So how about making those calories worth it? So as I'm aligning my eyes, I'm not thinking out loud. Oh, I'm aligning my eyes. Oh, there's that spot. Oh, that darn wrinkle. See, look at that makeup. I'm not thinking all that. I'm just taking care of it in a gentle, loving way. So if I see wrinkles here, I'm not saying, oh, look at those wrinkles. All right, I have to smooth that out. See, like I'm narrating everything. Like I'm doing that with you on here sometimes, but I'm not explaining things to myself. I'm just taking care of it in a loving way. Like a parent would go, like an abused child with someone who might be nice to them. The child will be having all kinds of head trips over someone being nice to them. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Or, oh, what do you want? You know, all those head trips that go with being an abused child. And instead of like a loving parent, just saying, well, of course, honey, here you go. See, I'm trying to touch that up, and I'm just saying, oh, of course. Let's see how that goes. Try this. If you drop something and you go, God damn it, I'm always dropping things. Sorry, God. Or, what's wrong with me? All this shaming over dropping something. And then, oh, my nose is itching. Woo. When you drop something, just try saying, oops, and let it go. Oops. Or I didn't mean to do that. Or when I trip and I realize I haven't broken anything on my body, other than maybe a glass or spilled something, I'll say, oops, didn't mean to do that. New legs, new feet, new hands. I just make a little joke of it, be light about it. There's no forgiving. It was an accident. You don't have to forgive an accident. Oops, I'm sorry, honey, it was an accident. I didn't mean to break another glass. I know, that's the third one this week. I know it's an accident. Just try to be more conscious of the footstool that's right in front of you. Or, how about this? You know what, sweetie? It's the third time you've broken a glass by tripping over that footstool. Let's move that footstool. It doesn't have to be there. Does some of this make sense? Yeah. La 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 la. I just put on my lip stuff without narrating it in my head. I have a little dry spot right there. Barely thought about it. Just, oh, little dry spot. Who cares? I am using a brush that is shedding hair. Anyway. Experiment today with thinking about what you're thinking about. Experiment with thinking quietly and gently and lovingly versus, and with value, versus thinking out loud in your head by narrating everything you're doing or scolding yourself. Powder on top of this particular foundation is kind of drying. See, he shakes his head like that, flaps his ears when he wants to go in or out. You want to go outside? You want to go outside? Here you go. I'm not going. Honey, I'm almost finished. Give me a few minutes. I know. He's so restless today. Isn't that cute? He's kind of demanding, like my brain used to be. So the point is, all of that push that we used to get from the environment in our youth kind of pick up the ball of abuse, right? Then we're not just a victim of them, we're a victim of ourselves. How does that make sense? It doesn't. So give that some thought. Oh, if you don't, he does not like my hair in a ponytail today, evidently. Is that it? Is that your problem? You're like, what's your mama's hair? I've been wearing ponytails lately because it's so hot. And because my hair's been so frizzy. You gonna lick my makeup off? Can you believe that? See, when we treat ourselves the way our dog would treat us, right? We can get a little pushy sometimes to get something done. All I have left is mascara. Sit. I have mascara. Okay. Oops, sorry, babe. Sorry, baby. So are you with me? You gonna try to talk nice to yourself today? Or try to not do all that yapping. Try to not put all that energy into narrating. Ow, your nails are sharp. Quit, honey. Okay. All right, I want to thank you for tuning in and subscribing. How sweet is that? Thank you. I just find that it's like getting a hug. Ow, I just poked myself in the eye. Didn't mean to do that. Oopsie. I hardly ever do that. I haven't done that in a long time. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Oh my goodness. Oh, you know what? Wiping away all this makeup. Sorry, I meant to do that in here. Wiping away all that makeup. You can see just how thick my foundation is. Wow. I gotta doctor that up a little bit. Now, see, when I was young, I would have thrown a big old fit about things like this happening. Probably would have gotten all upset and thought, oh, now I gotta start completely over. All kinds of things. You know, none of it. That's funny. Okay. Remember, none of us does this life perfectly. I'm gonna really have to do something with my hair today before work. Dang, it is all over the place. None of us does it perfectly. Just experiment with different things that might be helpful. Who knows what might be helpful? As long as it's legal and it's not hurting anybody. Guess what? You're the boss of you. You're the boss of you. Well, I want to thank you for keeping me company while I'm making a mess out of my makeup. I don't care. I'll just do a little repair job there. No biggie. I'm going to wipe off my wand since I must need to get a big swig of water because I keep messing up my makeup here. Sometimes you're just dehydrated, you know what? And I've been out and about early this morning. Yes. So I have been, I'm going to put, I really kind of liked that. Oh man. See, I can say, oh man, and then drop it. You don't have to keep it going in the head. See, I should have done this before I did the mascara. I'm learning because I haven't done under eye color in so long. I mean, none in ages. Because I saw several people wearing under eye color. I don't know where I saw it, in a magazine or what. They showed it with under eye color versus without under eye color. And the only people who looked better, sexier, more vibrant were very young people. Older people, it just made them look more dramatic and older. But I don't need to look dramatic or older. Maybe I do want to look a little more dramatic today and day before yesterday. All right, don't take life so seriously today. Only take the things you have to take seriously today. Frankie, tell him. You're so disappointed in me. My baby. He's like, you have broken my soul, Mama. Don't think so hard, baby. I got you. I got you. You did so good today. You did so good this morning. Yeah. Don't be hard on yourself. Don't think about anything. Just relax. And let's just do the next right thing. Let's go get the office ready for work. Okay. All right. Thanks for hanging out. And be good to yourself. Be kind. And that means you'll probably be more kind to others, right? All right. Mwah. Bye for now.